eternity forever. We love thee.
Hey, it's T. This is gonna be a short one. It's the 21st of June because it's Father's Day. I remember that. I lost my dad 3 years ago, and it still is difficult to deal with, but we got through the day, thank God. Wanted to just talk about brain zaps. So, those of you who suffer from depression and mental issues, and take medication for it, more than likely have suffered from brain zaps at some point in time. Basically, they tend to happen. I've noted, and I've seen other people also say that tend to happen mostly when you're withdrawing from medications as opposed to starting medications. For some reason, some weird reason, there seems to be little literature on it from my research, and a lot of doctors don't know what causes it or what it is. But I could tell you what it does. I don't know if it's related to the eyes. Some people say it's related to movement, but for me it's eyes, and it doesn't matter if your eyes are open or closed. But what you get, just imagine every time you move your eyes, even to a short distance, left or right, whatever, up or down, that you get a shock that feels like an electric shock that goes right through your brain, shocks you to some degree. If it's bad enough, you can hear it, and it sounds like shh, like when you have rain, as they say on the TV, that in a quick, brief, shocking way, and that shock, I don't want to call it a voltage, but that shock goes right through your body to your limbs, sometimes down to your extremities. But it's so sharp. Sometimes it's so so effective that it makes you blank out for a second, and it can, I've discovered, unfortunately, that it can actually make you pass out for at least a second or so, enough just to fall, I guess. I've read other people who said that they have passed out too, but not for like you pass out and you're out for a while. It's like something just shocks all the senses and you just lose consciousness for like just for the second or whatever, and it comes back. It seems there's no remedy for it. Different medications have different degrees of when it what it of how it affects you, and I'll tell you, I think I mentioned this in the last video, but coming off of Cymbalta is not the first time. But Cymbalta has always been a difficult medication for me to get off of. So in my research, I discovered that some people even said that they think it should be illegal to give Cymbalta because of the brain shock withdrawals. Cymbalta is really bad. It's a really bad one. There are a couple. Pristique, I think, is another one that really does have that profound an effect on it. I'm closing my eyes, even though closing your eyes really doesn't help, but there's a lot of light I put just to make the video because it's nighttime, which I don't normally make videos at night. But the brain zaps are really sharp tonight. They're really, really sharp. And they're coming really quickly. So um, you're not alone. You have other people who experience it. I've been on forums, I've been on websites where people talk about it. Funny, I haven't seen a lot of videos, if I have ever seen anybody talking about brain zaps on it. But people call it different things, and I can't remember any of the names that they call it. Brain shocks, I don't know, but I just call them brain zaps, and they're unavoidable apparently, and they're really, really devastating because they do not care whether you're lying down, whether your eyes are closed, whether you are falling asleep, whether you're wide awake, whether you're driving. I wouldn't recommend driving when you're having withdrawal brain zaps at all, seriously. Um, when you are sitting down trying to do something, sometimes it doesn't happen for hours, and then you just shift your eyes 1 second, and then it just shocks you back, and you realize, oh yeah, I'm going through brain shocks again. And they can last as long as they want to last as well. Tell you, I've had brain shocks that last for a couple of days and then go away. I've had brain shocks that have lasted weeks, and it doesn't really get easier. And I'm not trying to depress you any further about this thing, but you would probably already know about it. I just want to reassure you that if you're feeling this, it's not something you're imagining, and it's not something that only you are going through. It's something that a lot of people do go through, and we just let's go through it together as we are fighting this thing together. Let's go through it together, let's talk about it. Comment if you do have them. If you found a way to deal with them, that'd be great. You could put that in the comments too. But yeah, just wanted to bring that topic up to the forefront, and at least put a video out there that deals with this and talk to this. If there are any doctors who are watching this, brain zaps are real. They are very effective. They can be debilitating, and they're not in our imagination. They're real. It's a real phenomenon. It's a physical phenomenon, and passing out from it is scary. There was a point I thought today it might happen again, but it didn't happen, and I don't anticipate that it would at this point. But yeah, so if you do have any other drugs too that you know that cause serious brain zaps, put them in the comments, and we just spread the information. Thanks for listening. Happy Father's Day again to all fathers out there. Thank God for you all. Don't give up on the fight, especially on the hardest days. That's when you stick around the most and ground yourself. Have a good evening and sleep well, even though you might be seeing this during the day. Anyway, I'm out. This is T. Talk to you later.